Hello everyone, welcome to a new session. In this session we'll be working on the application on solving the quadratic equations in one variable. The following table will help you to form the quadratic equation using the given information in the problem. For example, whenever the question says a number, you're going to consider this number as x. If we say it's half, so it's half x. If we say it's third, so it's 1 over 3x. If we say it's twice, so it's 2 times x. If we say that it's 3 times, so it's 3 times x. If the question says it's square, means x power 2. If the question says twice its square, so it's 2 times x power 2. If the question says square its double, so it's 2x all squared, which is 4x squared. If the question says it's additive inverse, so it's negative x. If the problem says it's multiplicative inverse, so it's 1 over x. Another helpful table. If we say that two numbers, one of them exceeds the other by 2, or if we say that one of them is less than the other by 5, if we say that their difference is 5, so the first number will be x, the second one will be x plus 5. If the problem said the sum of two numbers is 5, so for sure the first number is x and the second one is 5 minus x. If the question said two numbers, one of them is more than twice the other by 5, automatically you're going to make the first number as x and the second one is 2x plus 5, more than twice the other, twice x by 5, so plus 5. If we say that, if the problem said that 3 consecutive numbers, consecutive means after each other. So if we call the first one x, the second one will be x plus 1, and the third one will be x plus 2, because we know that the consecutive numbers, the difference between them is 1. So the first one, if it's x, we add 1, so it's x plus 1, we add 1, it's x plus 2. But if the question said 3 consecutive even numbers, or 3 consecutive even integers, or 3 consecutive odd integers, if the first one is x, what's the second? Yes, excellent. It's x plus 2. And what's the third? X plus 4. Whether it's even or odd, the first one is x, the second one is x plus 2, the third one is x plus 4. Two numbers, the ratio between them is 2 to 3. We're going to consider the first number is 2x and the second number is 3x. If the question said the age of a man now is x years, so for sure his age after 4 years from now, the age after 4 years, if it's now it's x, is going to increase, right? So it's x plus 4. If the question said 2 years ago, so we're going backward in age, so it's x minus 2. If the question said the square of his age 5 years ago, the age 5 years ago, it means x minus 5, right? Because ago, we're going backward in age, right? So it's x minus 5, the square of it, so it's x minus 5 all squared. A rectangle whose length exceeds its width by 5 centimeters. If we call the width x, so the length is x plus 5. If we call the width w, the length can be w plus 5. How about the perimeter? The perimeter, we know that it's the length plus the width all multiplied by 2. So it's x plus 5 all multiplied by 2. So it's 2x plus 5 all multiplied by 2. So it's 4x plus 20. Its perimeter is x plus 5 all times 2. So it's 2x plus 5 multiplied by 2. so it's 4x plus 10. How about the area? The area is x times x plus 5, which is x squared plus 5x. If the square has a side length x, its perimeter is 4x, and its area is x squared. Let's go now and apply these very helpful ideas that we saw in the tables in the coming problems. A positive integer whose square exceeds its double by 8. We know that the integer is x, right? Its square by x power 2 exceeds its double, so it's the double by 8. So x squared equals 2x plus 8. How can we solve this? We go back here to make it equal 0. So x squared minus 2x minus 8 equals 0. How can we factorize this? Now I know now that you guys are experts now in factorization. So x minus 4, x plus 2, so x minus 4 equals 0, and x plus 2 equals 0. So x can be 4, and x can be negative 2. We said that x is the number, but the question said a positive integer. So this answer is rejected, right? So the number is only 4. Question 2. The length of a rectangle exceeds its width by 5. So the length is the width plus 5. If the area is 14, so we know that the length times width is 14. So now we can substitute L by W plus 5, right? So W plus 5 multiplied by W equals 14. If you distribute this, so W squared plus 5W equals 14. If you put the 14 inside, so W squared plus 5W minus 14 equals 0. I want to find two numbers, their difference is 5 and their product is 14. Yes, excellent, there's 7 and the 2. So W equals negative 7 or W equals 2. As long as W represents the length of the width, we cannot have a length of any line that is negative, right? So the length of the width is 2. How can we find the length of the length? So the length equals the width, which is 2 plus 5. So the length is 7 units in length. So we can write as the length is 7, where the width is 2. Exercise number 3. 3 consecutive positive even numbers. So 3 consecutive positive even numbers are what? They are x, x plus 2, and x plus 4. The square of its middle number. So the square of its middle number. So the middle number squared exceeds the sum of the other numbers, x plus 4 by 8. So how can I expand this? X squared plus 4x plus 4 equals 2x plus 12. Let's simplify this to factorize it and solve it. So x squared plus 4x minus 2x plus 4 minus 12 equals 0. So here is x squared plus 2x minus 8 equals 0. So let's factorize this. X plus 4 and x minus 2. So x plus 4 equals 0, where x minus 2 can also be equal to 0. So x equals negative 4 or x equals 2. But the question said 3 consecutive positive even numbers. The question said positive, so it cannot be negative 4. So x equals 2. X is the smallest number. So what are these numbers? The numbers are 2, 4, and 6. Exercise number 4. If the age of Ahmed now is twice the age of Dalia. So here, Ahmed is 2 times Dalia. 2 years ago. When we say 2 years ago, this means that we're going to go backward 2. We're going to reduce 2. So a minus 2, right? Yes. The difference between the squares of their ages. So a minus 2 squared minus d minus 2 squared is equal to 15. If I expand this, a squared minus 4a plus 4 minus d squared minus 4d plus 4 is equal to 15. To simplify this more, it's a squared minus 4a plus 4 minus d squared plus 4d minus 4 is equal to 15. Positive 4 and minus 4 are crossed out together. We can now go and put the 15 inside. So it's a squared minus 4a minus d squared plus 4d minus 15 is equal to 0. We can now go and substitute the a by 2d. So it will be 2d all squared minus 4 times 2d minus d squared plus 4d minus 15 equals 0. So it's 4d squared minus 8d minus d squared plus 4d minus 15 is equal to 0. If you combine the like terms together, it will be 3d squared minus 4d minus 15 is equal to 0. If you factorize this and you do the normal factorization, it will end up to be 3d plus 5 times d minus 3 is equal to 0. Then in this case, the d can be equal to negative 5 over 3 and the d can be equal to 3 as long as d represents the age of Dalia, so we cannot have an age with negative. So the age of Dalia now is 3 years. How can we get the age of Ahmed? The age of Ahmed, we know that it's 2 times Dalia, so it is 6 years. Exercise number 5. What is the real number that if it's added to its square, the result is 12? So x squared plus x equals 12. If you put this inside here, so x squared plus x minus 12 equals 0. So x plus 4 multiplied by x minus 3 equals 0. So x can be negative 4 or x can be 3. So the number here in this case can be either negative 4 or 3.